and important elements about Ruby. So let's show what that looks like here. So let's say I have a class called car, and it has a method called drive in it. And that method, we have a very fast car that goes vroom. And let's also say that we have a truck. I'm a truck person, and that's part of what I get for living in Florida. And it goes roar, because I need a new muffler. So what we've done here is define two different classes. And if what we want to do here is, let's say we want to open up a racetrack and race a vehicle, all we want to care about is that the vehicle can drive. And so you can see where this is going if you've used JavaScript before. It's very similar. So we'll create some instances of our object here. Oops. Truck.new, and we'll create a racetrack. Racetrack.new. And so here we can just say track.race and pass in our car, and track.race and pass in our truck. And the reason that we do this is because Ruby doesn't care about interfaces or implementations or anything like that. All it cares about is that this object that was passed into the race method here has a method called drive. And it doesn't matter what that drive does. In fact, if I created a class called golf club that had a drive method, put s swish, and golf club.new, and I said, track.race golf club, it's going to happily do that. Now, of course, that doesn't make any sense, but effectively, Ruby doesn't care. So that power of duck typing allows us to resolve things at runtime and do some very powerful features. Another thing is open classes. So in Ruby, as I said, all classes are open for definition. So let's go back to our method here. So if we have hello, there's a method called downcase, which is effectively to lower, as it would be in the runtime. In fact, I imagine that's how it's implemented. But if we wanted to do something, we wanted to add another method to the string class, we can do that. So the first thing we can actually do is say string.methods.sort. And when we type that in, this spits out every method that the string class responds to. And we can see there's a ton of them. And all of these capital letter ones, which don't look like Ruby syntax, are all the .NET ones that it's capable of running. But we can inject here at runtime new behavior to that class by simply reopening the string class. So I can say class string define say hi, put s hi self. And if I then say .methods.sort, oops. Try that again. .methods.sort. What we'll see here is that our say hi method is right here. So now it's been injected as a behavior, a first class behavior of our class. And I can say Corey.sayHi, and it's added there right as part of that. So that ability to add classes at runtime and reopen the definition of the classes leads to some of the really powerful features that we have. And the first very powerful feature that we have is called monkey patching. So monkey patching is not necessarily a good thing. It's not something you always want to be doing. That's why it's kind of not a great term to use. It's not, oh, we love patching or something like that. It's called monkey patching for a reason. And what it allows us to do is redefine behaviors of classes. Go ahead.
It's also called duck punching.
Duck punching.
Which is a more violent term.
Yes. Duck punching. Or developer punching if you find your developers doing this. But it allows us to redefine and retweak the classes to make them do whatever we want, like make them do our bidding. So if we wanted to redefine, so that toLower method that we saw just a minute ago, say we wanted to be really tricky. We can say define class string. And the first thing that we can do is use this thing called alias. So what alias is that it allows us to basically rename a method. So I can say alias downcase. And what I just did was that anyone who calls downcase is gone now from string definition. And if you call alias downcase, you'll get whatever code was written for downcase. And what I'm going to do is redefine downcase to say return no downcase for you if self dot equal Corey. And otherwise, we're going to call alias downcase. I did something bad there. It's not a demo if things don't go horribly wrong. String. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Class string. Code typing is only fun whenever you have to watch it once. When you have to watch it twice, it's no fun. Return no downcase for you if self. Good friend of mine, Corey Haynes, says typing is not the bottleneck in software. Right now, I would beg to defer. Case end. OK. So now if I say hello.downcase, we'll get the same exact behavior we got before. Oh, well, whatever. We would get the same exact behavior before if I didn't have some sort of typo in here. And if you understand the concepts of what's going on here, which is that whenever we instead pass in Corey, it would say no downcase for you and reject the actual downcase. So there's some interesting uses of that, which allows us to do things like access HTML DOMs in interesting ways. So when we're opening up CLR classes, we can redefine the behaviors to make them more interesting, or do things that are more intuitive. So the other thing with dynamic classes is that we use this thing called method missing. So method missing is what happens when I call a method on a class and that method doesn't exist. So when we had our racetrack before and we passed in a car or a golf club or whatever, if I passed in a person that didn't define a drive method, what that's going to do first is look for a thing called method missing. I know that code is hard to see. But it's going to look for this thing called method missing. And what method missing allows us to do is create more intuitive how we write our code. So let's go to our Silverlight example here. And actually, what I'm going to do is create a new Silverlight example. IronRuby Silverlight scripts. Silverlight. OK. So this is a standard Silverlight application that we saw before. And I'm going to look at the Ruby method here. So what we're doing is we've got our root that we're getting from the application root visual. And then we're looking for the message. And then we can a message user control or message control. And we're setting the text property of that. But the problem is that anytime we want to sit here and say any of the controls, we have to say @root find name. But if we change this instead, we can say define method missing